had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
Kick it and go, kick it and go. With a stiff on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go.
Running it back, never a cap, out of the draft, watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them out, breaking them off, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them.
With a stiff on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Fielded in the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Texans offense going to go to work, and it is Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Catch there by Kenny Stills. And he joined Houston last season and showed once again, as he has shown throughout his career, he can be a very reliable, good complementary receiver.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And that'll bring up second down.
He was covered by
ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Watson's throw here taken in by Cooks. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Watson now going to run the option right. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. They'll be led out by their 32-year-old quarterback in his 9th season in the NFL. It's Ryan Tannehill.
Not only did Ryan Tannehill resurrect his career in 2019, he may now serve as a blueprint for quarterbacks looking for a second opportunity. He moved from Miami to Tennessee, took over the starting job for Marcus Mariota in Week 7 last year, and wound up leading the NFL in quarterback rating. And the Titans went 8-3 in his 11 starts, snuck into the playoffs, and went to the AFC Championship game. His future is bright in Nashville, and he expects to be the starter there for many years to come.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Derrick Henry. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. On the carry. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On 2nd down. It's Henry, and he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Derrick Henry, you may remember last year against Houston in the season finale, 211 yards rushing. One of only 2 200-yard games in the NFL last year. And not only that, but that game won him the rushing title because Nick Chubb was the leader, but he struggled in the final week against the Bengals. And then up from behind came Henry. It's a loss of 14 that time, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Gardner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Steven Gostkowski for the Tennessee field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
Texans, nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Houston Texans into the win column for the first time Week 5 as they begin the Romeo Crennel era with a 30-14 victory over Jacksonville, the 5th straight time that they had beaten their rivals from Florida. But you focus on Romeo Crennel, Charles. How about age 73 now, the oldest ever coach to coach an NFL game, surpassing 72-year-old George Halas.
Yeah, he took over for Bill O'Brien. Remember, they let Bill go October the 5th. And Romeo Crennel's been in this spot before. Interim coach in Kansas City. Did such a nice job, they retained him and made him the head coach for the next year. So is that possibility there despite the fact that he's 73? Well, they played with more enthusiasm. They had fun out there, and they looked more like the Houston team we expected to see. Now, remember, only one team's ever come back from 0-4 to make the playoffs. It's the 1992 San Diego Chargers. Tough schedule to this point. It's been brutal. Kansas City, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Minnesota. Those were their first 4. Now they have at Tennessee, home for Green Bay. And last but not least, Brandon, how about all the players after the game talking about Romeo Crennel's dance moves in the locker room celebrating that win? Where's the video? Get me the video of Romeo Crennel breaking it down.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing on third down, Watson. Going to Stills, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Watson on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that's caught out wide by Cooks. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
First down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Third and 2, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Tannehill throwing complete there to Humphries. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the third team now, they work on 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
Intended for Derek.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Steven Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He gets it left side to Johnson. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack. Watson, and Cooks has it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. And right side, Henry's got it. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This one now in their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
And defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A gain of 8 yards.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just got to have a great...
Derrick Henry all alone. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 65 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Texans 7. Kevin Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Houston set to take over. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brought down right.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action.
And 10. At the 20.
From the gun, here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A gain of 11 on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st down.
Now Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
There's a good reception there by Will Fuller. And if you're looking for breakout players in 2020, he's a big-time candidate for it because he has a rapport with Deshaun Watson. And now with DeAndre Hopkins no longer in Houston, he could be their top receiver.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
A gain of 11.
Catch there by Brandon Cooks, and it's hard to believe that he's on his 4th team in 5 years because he's produced everywhere that he's been. Houston hoping to see the Brandon Cooks that they saw in New Orleans, in New England, and in Los Angeles. 2019, though, was his 1st year under 1,000 yards since 2014. He's looking for a bounce back.
And 8 at the 31.
Quick throw completed by Watson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
To Brandon Cooks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Made at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Duke Johnson.
So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go.
And this results in 6 touchdowns. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans get a bit closer.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
A 1st down carry for Henry. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. Henry. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
He was tackled at the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
We have so many different terms for third down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and...
They'll try the air now with Tannehill.
18-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, the Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Oh, the spin. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run, and a touchdown here as we near the end of this ball game.
Touchdown!
For them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Houston. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now a first down throw. Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts.
A 9-yard gain.
As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
And 8.
Again, it's Henry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Henry on the carry.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for number 41. Incomplete.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And their lead will swell up to 28.
41.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel away.